Okay, good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series on electromagnetic theory, that is your core paper 13, belongs to 6th semester BSc syllabus. In our last class we have been discussed about parallel polarization or vertical polarization, in which electric field is parallel to the plane of incidence. Okay, in detail we have been discussed and we have been evaluated your reflection of coefficient, and different forms of reflection of coefficient also we have been evaluated, and also we have been evaluated transmission coefficient. Okay, so in our today class we are going to discuss Brewster angle or polarizing angle. Okay, so as per the definition of Brewster angle, it is the angle of incidence, that is your theta I, for which angle of reflection is zero. That is it is that angle of incidence, it is that angle of incidence at which there is no reflection. That means if we are going to consider this figure, your previous figure, we are not going to get any type of reflection if this theta I will be a Brewster angle. Okay, so what will be the condition for the Brewster angle, that we are going to discuss both in your perpendicular polarization and parallel polarization. Okay, only we are going to get the transmitted wave, and we are not going to get the reflected wave for a particular angle of incidence. That particular angle of incidence is called as your Brewster angle. Okay, first we are going to be discuss Brewster angle for parallel polarization. Okay, parallel polarization means whatever we have been discussed last class. Okay, last to last class we have been discussed perpendicular polarization. So here we first discussed parallel polarization, Brewster angle for parallel polarization. Then we are going to discuss Brewster angle for perpendicular polarization. So let's start. Previously from equation number 8 we found, previously from equation number 8 means you have to follow the note, uh, this one. Okay, that is your ER by EI equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 cos theta I minus whole root over of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I whole divided epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 cos theta I plus whole root over of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I. This equation we are going to be consider now. So here, as per the definition, there is no reflection component we are going to be found in the incident of Brewster angle. Okay, that means ER will be 0. So ER by EI will be equal to 0, right? So from previous equation number 8, that ER by EI is this much will be equal to 0. That implies, just you can see that the denominator is going to be multiplied with this one, so it will be 0, and this will be equal to this much. So epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 cos theta I will be equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I whole root over. Let this is your equation number 1. Here this theta I is nothing but your Brewster angle. Okay, now at last we found one expression which will be the condition, or we can say the equation for the, or the angle uh, for parallel polarization, the incident angle with which there is no reflection component we are going to be get. Okay, now we have to square both the side, so it will be epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square cos square theta I equal to epsilon, this is the root over, if we are going to consider the square, it will be only epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I. Now what I done, that just cos square theta I have written as 1 minus sin square theta I. So here epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square is remain as such into 1 minus sin square theta I. Here epsilon 2 and epsilon 1 are the dielectric permittivity of a medium 2 and 1 respectively. Okay, so epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sin square theta I. So it will be epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square minus epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square sin square theta I will be equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sin square theta I. Here what I done that sin square theta I minus sin square theta I have taken this side, and epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square I have taken this side. So this is minus, if it will be moved to left side it will be plus, and this is plus, move to this side it will be minus. Simple. So sin square theta I minus epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square sin square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus this one gone to this side, it will be minus epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square. Now here the in both the terms sin square theta is there, so I can take common from these two terms sin square theta I, and here epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 can be taken common from these two terms, and it will be written as sin square theta I into 1 minus epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So it is in the form of a square minus b square. It will be either you can consider a plus b, a minus b format, and you can cancel left right side, or you just add it. Okay, you just add it. It will be epsilon 1 square minus epsilon 2 square by epsilon 1 square, and here it will be epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1, right? So here you can get that epsilon 1 epsilon 1. So here the denominator will be the epsilon 1 square, and here epsilon 1 square got cancelled. Okay, now the numerator of this one will be epsilon 2 into epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 whole divided by, this is in the form of a square minus b square, can be written as epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 into epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Okay, so sin square theta I we found this much. So here epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2, here also epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 one term is there, so can be cancelled out. We found sin square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Let this is your equation number 2. So we know that cos square theta I equal to 1 minus sin square theta I. Okay, now put this equation number 3 here. It will be how much? It will be cos square theta I equal to 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Here I omitted 2 steps. You can see that cos square theta I equal to 1 minus sin square theta I. So sin square theta I will be equal to 1 minus cos square theta I, right? So you just put sin square theta I as 1 minus cos square theta I. So here minus cos square theta I will be equal to, this one will be moved this side, then it will be minus 1 plus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2, and then if we are going to multiply minus over the left and right hand side, it will be cos square theta I will be equal to, this will be plus 1 and this will be minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. So these 2 steps I have not written over here. It is very easy steps, no need to write. Or you can consider in this way that you just put 1 minus here, 1 minus here. So 1 minus sine square theta I, 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. So 1 minus sine square theta will be nothing but cos square theta I equal to 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Okay. Anyway, you can write in the note, no problem. So here you just add these two terms. We found epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Right. So here plus and minus got cancelled, and we found cos square theta I equal to epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Let this is your equation number 4. Now we have to divide equation number 4 by 2. This is your equation number 2. That is your sine square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. This is your cos square theta I equal to epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. Just to divide that 2 by 4. Okay. Like this. Equation number 2 by equation number 4. Or if you are going to write in the language, it will be dividing 4 by 2. That is a 2 by 4. Okay. So 2 is here. So sine square theta I by cos square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2, epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 whole divided by epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. So this epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 and this one got cancelled, and we found epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So here this one will be tan square theta I will be epsilon 2 by epsilon 1, and tan theta I will be epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 whole root over. And theta I will be nothing but tan inverse epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 whole root over. Let this is your equation number 5, and theta I is nothing but your Brewster angle or polarizing angle, because initially we have been considered that ER by EI equal to 0. ER by EI at that time it will be 0 when the incident angle will be the Brewster angle. So this theta I, initially also I had told that this theta I is nothing but your Brewster angle, and here we found the value of the angle in the form of dielectric permittivity of the two mediums. So we found that the Brewster angle will be nothing but tan inverse epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 root over whole root over. So I suggest that you have to remember this expression. This is also nothing but your theta B also. Some books they have been written theta B. That means Brewster angle theta B. So in your questions, short questions, you can found two mediums dielectric permittivity, and you have to evaluate the Brewster angle. Simply tan inverse epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 root over, that is the nothing but called as your Brewster angle. Okay. So this is all about Brewster angle for parallel polarization. Now we have to move for the Brewster angle for perpendicular polarization. So here perpendicular polarization means we have to refer the equations whatever we found in that section or in that topic. So from previous section in equation number 6 we found ER by EI is this much. So you have to follow the perpendicular polarization topic where we have been discussed, or you can search your note. Okay, this one perpendicular polarization or horizontal polarization. Here this is your equation number 6. Equation number 6 is here. This is your equation number 6. This equation number 6 we have been considered here. That is your ER by EI cos theta I minus whole root over of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I whole divided by cos theta I plus whole root over of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I. This expression we have been considered here. Now for Brewster angle or at Brewster angle, ER by EI equal to 0. So hence this factor will be equal to 0. So that implies this numerator is going to be 0, or cos theta I will be equal to this much. Cos theta I will be equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I whole root over. Now we are going to do the squaring both the side. We found cos square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta I, right? So take this sine square theta I to the left side. We found cos square theta I plus sine square theta I equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So this is nothing but 1. Cos square theta I plus sin square theta I nothing but 1. So we found epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 equal to 1. That means epsilon 2 equal to epsilon 1. So this is the condition for no reflection in perpendicular polarization. That is epsilon 2 equal to epsilon 1. So this expression also indicates that for perpendicular polarization, we can found Brewster angle only when the two mediums are same. Here the two mediums, this is medium 1 and this is medium 2. If the two mediums are same, that means epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 both are equal, means medium 1 and medium 2 is same, then we can found the so-called Brewster angle where the no reflection is going to be happens. So this is the condition for perpendicular polarization, Brewster angle. Okay, so Brewster angle for perpendicular polarization, if we want to find out, then this condition has to be followed. So epsilon 2 equal to epsilon 1 is the condition for no reflection in the perpendicular polarization. Okay, so here we have to stop our discussion today. In our next class we are going to discuss total internal reflection, and also we have to discuss evanescent wave in the next class that we are going to discuss. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Write down the note regarding Brewster angle, whatever we have been discussed, and ready for the next class. Thank you so much. Thank you.